Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you for tuning into my 2480th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, how about that Omni today? 115 points out of the S&P. Thank you, Omni. Omni told us to get short. We did. It dumped 120 points. We jumped out and sidestepped the market, and it went right back up. But we don't care about that. Our job is to get in, get out at the Omni profit objective, and go like this. No, thank you, Omni. 115 points. Could be 110 depending upon your fills. That's a huge win. Thank you, Omni. So, traders, there's a lot of risk in this game. We didn't lose today, but someone lost 115 points. If we made them right, somebody was on the other side of that trade. Put your stops in, put them in first. Never trade without them. If you are interested in getting the same recommendations I send out to my Omniacs in real time, make sure you join my Platinum service. It should be up here somewhere, yes. Live real-time recommendations at livewithoscar.com. Join the Platinum service, and I'll send you those same trade recs that we use every day in the Omni trading room. So, what is on the board? Well, let's erase this little thing here because I want to show you what's next to it. So, number one on the board, a huge outside reversal bar has been set on the daily bar charts in E-mini, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, probably the Dow Transportation Average as well. What is an outside reversal day? Well, you see this right here. This is like one daily bar, and that's the settlement. Well, if the next day you open up and go lower than the day before's low, go back up and go higher than the day before's high, then close above the day before's range, that would be considered an outside reversal day up. And that's what we put in E-mini, S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell. So, big, looks bullish as can be, looks fantastic looking at that bar. Number two, I am telling you right now, we are not out of the woods yet by any means in U.S. indices. We need to get above resistance hurdles in NASDAQ, S&P, and Russell, Transportation Average, and the Dow. Huge resistance hurdles. Do not fall in love with the upside here, kids. I am telling you now, it is not ripe for more than just a couple of day rally. Here's why. It usually fails right here. This is charting. I will show you these charts in just a moment. The markets usually fail right here, technically, and I'll show you why. Markets that I'm referring to, in this case, are E-mini, S&P, and Russell. They usually fail right here on the chart. I will show that to you. Then there's this, the ES weekly bar chart and the 200 bar moving average. Traders, it's been in every video for the last week or so, telling you that if we get under that average, we're in big trouble. The 200 bar moving average, but if we can hold it and rally, fantastic. Well, so far it held and rallied all day today. But you know what? There's a difference, kids. When I show you this chart, what you're going to find on that S&P weekly chart is that you got a bunch of bars, right? And every now and then, an average gets involved. Well, what you're going to find with the 200 bar moving average and the weekly was every time it rallied, when it came down to the average and rallied out, the Fed was lowering rates, not raising. Now we're coming to test that average and the Fed is raising rates. I don't think this is going to hold, kids. I think this rally we've seen today, whatever, maybe it'll rally again tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe even Monday. But I am telling you now, this is not going to hold. It can't. We're raising rates. I'll show you the chart. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Traders, I've got one seat left open for my Omni camp. I want to show you these charts right now, but I've got to get somebody. Well, I've got applications. I got to find somebody I want to actually approve. So please send in your applications for Omni camp. That is this November 10th through the 14th. That is Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday you get to go home. You will learn all about my Omni, staying with me in my home office for 5 days, well, 4 nights, 5 days. 5 days, 5 nights. It's somewhere like that, depending upon when you go home. But I will teach you the Omni, the entire Omni in its full bloom. There is no upsells. There's no second Omni camp. If you want to learn how to make these calls for yourself, I'm going to approve one more application for the November 10th through 14th Omni camp. Again, that's a week of training with me here in Las Vegas. Call me, 702-629-4755, or go to Omni BOOTCAMP and fill out your applications there. Traders, with no further ado, let's go. Look at some charts. Traders, this is the E-mini S&P weekly bar chart. I promise you this is absolutely paid attention to by Wall Street with the 200 bar moving average on it. Now, on this chart, I cannot fit it all on one page, but there are two other instances back there that you don't see on the left that look just like this, where the market came down to test the average and had a major rally. Came down, actually tested it, went through during COVID. You can understand that, had a major rally. And here we are again, we came back down to it, and so far, we're starting to have a major rally. Interesting, right? That's what we were praying for. But there is a difference. In each of these instances and the two prior, which are 4 bounces off the 200 bar moving average, they were lowering interest rates, right? But now we're raising. So when they were lowering interest rates, makes the market go higher. It comes down to the 200, Wall Street starts buying and it bounces. They're lowering rates still at this time, goes down to the 200, gets through, they're still lowering rates, boom, away we go. This time they're raising rates. This is exactly opposite of what was going on when it held here, and the two prior times before. I don't think this is going to hold, kids. I'm sorry, they're raising rates. That is a completely different environment. I think you'll get a little bit more rally, and it's going to turn itself over and take this out. Now, doesn't mean it has to, because in the past it hits this and rallies, and that's all we should be thinking. But fundamentally, let's face it, they were lowering rates, which made this happen. They're raising rates now. I don't think it could possibly stay above this average for the rest of the year. But we'll take this one day at a time. Next, E-mini S&P on the daily bar. This average, I've been showing this to you in every video for the last week or two. Tops out at the average, tops out at the average, tops out at the average. We are at the average. What else is it? Look at the trend line. Not only does it top out at the average, but it's at the top of a trend channel. And it hits it and dumps. And we just hit it. That is the resistance we've got to take out. That's one of the resistance hurdles. There's more. That's just one of them. So what should happen here? If we topped when we hit it there, and we topped when we hit it there, and we topped when we hit it there, we should top hitting it there. But this is day trading, and we take this one day at a time. Now, granted, because of the big rally yesterday, the Omni signal is to the upside. So I'm not selling anything. I'm just observing. If I had to, I'd have to buy a dip following Omni, but I'm showing you where the big resistance is, and I hopefully won't get a fill tomorrow, so I don't trade at all. Russell 2000 daily bar, exactly the same average, same scenario. Hits the average, dumps. Hits the average, dumps. Hits the average, dumps. Hits the average and the top of the channel, just like it dumped here and here. And it's at that spot now. It is supposed to fail here. That was number 3 on the board. It usually fails here. That is what I think should happen. Now, once again, Omni's asking me to buy dips, so you could end up here on Friday, but I don't know it's going to continue moving up. We'll take it one day at a time. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This way you know you'll get a notification every time I put out one of these new YouTube videos. Transportation average, traders. Now look at this one, the Dow Jones Transportation Average. We had, if you remember, it started to fall down. It left that monstrous gap, the breakaway gap. Continued down, left another gap. Well, that gap, of course, has been filled. Once you go back up past it, your gap's filled. We've never filled this one, but where are we? Look at the resistance line. And look at where we are. We've got to get above the resistance, smartly above, and close above, not just get above and hang out a little while. We got to close above these resistance lines I've been showing you in all these indices charts in order to start applauding or even considering some upside coming our way. Interesting day coming on Friday. It is Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. I wanted to prepare you for this. Make sure you join me at livewithoscar.com in my free live trading room. And most important, once you're in a trade, remember to say this to yourselves over and over again. And by now, you should know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll traders, good luck out there, and I will see you all at livewithoscar.com.